Yo, what it do, man? This is the Kickback Podcast. This is your boy, North End Floyd, man. This is episode 237, featuring Miss Gina Taylor, man. And before I started, it's good to be back. It's been a couple weeks. Your boy been on vacation, been chilling. The last podcast we had was Sandy Massey, the BISD superintendent, which was pretty dope. I appreciate y'all feedback and everybody sharing that. But we have another incredible show, and I have another incredible guest, and she does a lot, and so we're gonna talk about a lot. Miss Gina Taylor, how you doing back there?
Hey,
You styling back there?
I'm on North End Floyd show. Come on, feel like I'm here with Oprah.
What's good with you? The Oprah, man. Shout out to Oprah though, for real though, man. I used to every now and then I used to watch Oprah.
Okay.
You know, she had some good conversations on there and stuff. So, but how you doing today?
Tired.
You tired?
You want me to lie to you? Be
Nah,
honest?
I want you to be honest.
I am tired. I worked all day,
Mm.
and I had 3 clients that was late today.
Oh,
And then trying to get myself together and be on time because I didn't want you to talk about me because I seen that short Netflix series you had about.
you know, I was low key prepping a video too. I was low key. I I had the image. I was like, I was gonna go out there standing, looking out the, you know what I'm saying, looking at the street and had them little sirens, them horns playing. Like, I was like, I'm gonna have to just make that video. So, you know what I'm saying, if somebody does be like, I just have just get posted or whatever. But it's good to have you here, even though you was, you know what I'm saying, had a busy day and stuff.
Yeah. I was so excited about today. Me and my friends, we all hyped.
You know what? When I had I made a post like a couple months ago about like, you know, tag such and such who y'all like, and a lot of people was tagging you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey man, if that's what the people want, you know what I'm saying? So I hit you up, and then I seen you at the media mixer.
Yeah.
What you was doing?
Man, actually, I was so excited to be out at that media mixer because I used to be out in the community a lot when I first moved to Beaumont back in 2012. And I was engaged in a lot of stuff. And then I kind of took a long break. And so, I decided to, get back out there. And so it was refreshing to be there. And the event was dope too.
Yeah, it was a dope event. I think this was the third one. It's the third one I've been to. This one right here was like, I thought it was the best one so far.
Yeah, that's impressive. That was my first time being there too.
Yeah, and like I said, I tried to stick the whole thing out. I stayed almost the whole time, but like I said, it was an incredible event. The only thing that I was mad about was that they only do it once a year.
Yeah,
I was like,
that definitely need to be a quarterly thing. I think so.
Yeah, me too. Like maybe something like in the beginning of the year, and maybe something like towards the fall or something.
Right.
But appreciate them for putting that all together and stuff. So
yeah, I agree.
So when your clients come late,
Huh.
you charge a late fee? Or you just you be nice?
I used to charge a late fee, but majority of the people that's late is usually my day ones.
Okay.
And so
that's probably why they late though, man.
Right.
They ones can't disrespect the late.
And they come tiptoeing.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because they know I'm about to fuss.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
all of my clients that's watching, yes, I am talking about you.
Yeah, for real though. Late and stuff.
Because we built, me and my business partner, let's say, we built our salon on time management. So this is not a salon where, people be in there for hours. You literally get in and you get out.
Mm-hmm.
And so the longest I ever had a client to wait in my whole career was an hour. And so, and that was like super behind.
Yeah.
But compared to other salons, people be in there, have to bring their lunch and dinner with them.
God.
But
dang.
as soon as they come in the door, usually I'm ready to take them.
Yeah.
And so they in there for whatever the extended time is for whatever service they're getting, and then they out. And so that's why, I rarely promote hair now.
For real? You don't have to?
No, don't have to. Like I could. I mean, again, like my books is solid, but like I really don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing.
That is a blessing when you get to a certain point where you don't have to.
I need to though, okay? Because I just can't be playing out there, on the edge and thinking that everything gonna be Gucci.
Yeah, because McDonald's, they still throw commercials out there for the people, and stuff like that. So everything every now and then I guess you gotta throw a little something out there, a little.
Yeah, I try.
So where you from? Because you said you moved out here in 2012 and stuff.
Man, so this is a nice little story.
Mm,
I am from Gary, Indiana.
okay.
Okay, and so I moved to Port Arthur when I was 9.
Mm,
My mom, I'm the oldest of 5, and my mom was a single mom. So, Gary, crime rate was ridiculously terrible.
mm-hmm,
Um, and so she didn't want to. She just got tired of the environment and didn't want us to grow up in that. And so we end up finding out about Port Arthur because some of my aunts and uncles had moved to Port Arthur following their family pastor. And so shout out to Pastor Fred Vernon. But so yeah, we found out about Port Arthur because some of my family members had moved with him to
mm-hmm,
Port Arthur. So my mom called my aunt, was just like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to have my kids growing up in this environment. Come pick me up. So we moved to PA. I stayed in
mm-hmm.
PA. I graduated in PA.
Okay.
And well, technically, I graduated in Port Arthur, but technically not because I dropped out at 11th grade
Okay.
and I put myself through homeschool.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's a whole long story. Let's just say,
Hey,
I
I
was getting
wasn't.
ready to get kicked out.
I wasn't. I wasn't the modest high schooler myself. And
I was a thug back
shout
then.
out to my mama.
Okay?
My mama, the reason why I graduated. I love you,
Man.
mama. Oh my God.
Man, I was a real thug. Like seriously, like that's no cap.
You was
Like
stacking a
I
thug.
was a mess.
What part you was? West side, east side?
So I was deep east. I'm
Deep
over
East?
there by TJ.
Okay, all right.
So actually, like walking distance from TJ on the back side of TJ. So, and then I stayed in Beaumont till I was 20. I'm sorry, I stayed in PA till I was 20, and then I moved to Beaumont. When I met my first husband, he was from Beaumont. So I transitioned to Beaumont, and I've been in Beaumont ever since I was 21. And so how old am I? 38. So I've been living in Beaumont since 21 to 38 so far.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
When you said y'all had moved to PA, I was like, yeah, wow, because of UGK?
No, like, you know what? Fun fact. When we got here, it was so different from
Mhm.
being from technically the Midwest, but we call it the North.
Mhm.
And coming into the South, when I was in 3rd grade, my teacher, who was white, was like, she called my name and I said yes. And so she was like, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, yes. And she was like, no, yes, ma'am. I looked at her. I was like, I'm not no slave. Like, we didn't say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and no. So I got sent to the principal's office for that because I was hand down. Like, you not about to tell me you a white woman, I'm a little black girl. You keep telling me forcing me to say yes, ma'am. But I learned real quickly that Southeast Texas, South period, believe in yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. So I started saying it after a while, but it was hard.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. And I mean, I seen a topic somebody posted, and up north they were saying like how we still go by like Southern slavery stuff by saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, and stuff. Ooh. But out here we just think this is a form of respect, regardless who you say. You could say it to a Hispanic or Asian person, like yes, ma'am, yes, So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy though. I seen you was in Gary, it said Gary, Indiana, which is where Michael Jackson from, right?
It is. It's where Mike is from.
Yeah.
And let my uncles and aunties tell it. They have plenty of stories to tell.
They know they got some Michael Jackson stories.
They have some Michael Jackson, the whole 5 stories, including the mama and the daddy.
Well, at least they ain't saying like that's your cousin.
No.
Because I'd hear somebody blow up. Hey, that's your cousin. That's your cousin. Like, oh, for real? Like, call him. Well, you don't got his call. You don't got the number.
Call him, name my cousin.
Yeah, for real though. But and one of my favorite rappers, I think he's from Gary, Indiana, Freddie Gibbs.
Never heard of him.
You never heard of Freddie Gibbs?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna have to show you who he is.
Okay.
But Freddie Gibbs, man, for real. Shout out to Miss Belinda George. She say that's my beautician and friend.
That's my friend,
Miss Belinda George and Miss Margot. She say that's bestie right there. Yeah, Margot on the scene.
I'm so loud.
Yeah. My dog probably saying, "What's going on in there?" Like for real. So like they used to it though. They, what I'm saying, it's like it's a common thing for them and stuff like that. But yeah, another thing that I was saying, like before the show, we were saying like when people started tagging your name, when I went, I thought the content was crazy. I thought it was fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, like if you go to IG and you see like, like I was like, man, this on a scale like, this like some professional content creating. Have you always been like comfortable like creating content and putting it out there? Because I know a lot of people, they be like, I got so much content, but I'm scared to post it.
Yeah, I am far from shy. I'm one of those people where I don't mind being in the front or the back. I
Mhm.
would never be like, hey, I need somebody to be up front. I'd be like, me,
Yeah.
or they need me in the back too, me.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I never been shy when it comes to the camera, talking or anything like that.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. Making. You made a few videos like as far as relationship. You be on the men.
You know, my friend that washes my car, shout out to Master P, clean car detailing.
That's his name, Master P.
No, that's what he called his business. His business
Ah,
called
okay,
Master P
okay. Shout
Clean
out to Master
Car.
P.
So Paul fussed at me so I like, you need to stop making that compassion, man. Sir, y'all, all of y'all that's listening right now,
Mhm.
I am not bashing men. I am simply was just giving tips to women that experience certain things and they need to be navigated a certain way because there are a lot of women that is experiencing a lot of relationship issues
Mhm.
and a lot of it they just need to kind of change their mindset when it comes to stuff. And I'm only talking about a small percentage of people or men,
Mhm.
like the ones that think they the prize, that wants to be the soft man instead of the strong man. I was only talking about a specific type of group.
No, I think what you saying was correct though.
Yeah.
Like what you saying was, your videos. I thought it was on point. Even though you giving like as far as for the women's perspective, I think that is true. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But do you think like one of the questions like you were saying? Do you think men want? You said men want to be chased. Are you seeing
Oh,
that out
oh
here?
my gosh. Okay, so being a hairstylist, you hear a lot of stories.
Mhm.
A lot of men,
Ah,
a lot of
yes.
men that I have heard want to be chased. They want you to send the good morning text message. They want you to plan the date. They want you to make the first move. And
Jeez.
we're not talking about the shy ones, the ones that you kind of gotta nudge a little bit
Mhm.
to kind of, to get them to make a move. But we are talking about the ones that simply want you to do all the work
I-
and damn near pay for the meal, want to pay for everything else in between. We talking about,
wow. Wanted you to pay for the meal
oh,
too?
I've heard countless. I'm sure some of the women in the comments can agree, or have seen or heard that. And so my wow factor was like, men act like that? Like, like, are you serious? But a long time ago, when I was, this was, I don't even know. It doesn't even matter the time frame, but I had was well, not necessarily dating. I was getting to know this guy, and he was like, we've been FaceTiming and talking on the phone for a little while. He was like, I like you. He was cool over the phone and all of the things.
Mhm.
No catfishing, no nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
So, he was like, let's, I want you to come to Houston because he lived in Houston.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, bet. Like, but I want you to come to my house. I said, come to your house. Nah.
Yeah, for sure.
Once they on my wife and kids,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
And so his reasons was, I've taken girls out on dates and they only want to use you for a free meal. I decided to not do that ever again
Mm.
because you get the free meal and they just use you for your money, this, that, and the other, and then next thing you know, they block you. Well,
Mm.
I'm sure they probably blocked you for a reason, not because they got a free meal that night and call it a night. But okay, so I told him, like, nah, bruh, I'm first of all, I don't know you.
Mhm.
I'm not coming to your house. So if you don't want to, and I'm a very understanding person, probably over understanding because some of my friends be talking about me like, look, but I was like, you know what? If you feel that way, then that's cool. I can pay for the meal. Like, I don't mind. because I'm just sitting here trying to, see you in person, get to know you, all of the things. He said, no, you're not about to pay for my meal. I can go to the store, I can cook, and all this and all that. You can just come over here and kick it. I told him, absolutely not.
Mm.
And then, he got a little upset behind why I said I wasn't coming to his house. So after that phone call was over, he got blocked.
Yeah. And I think he kind of try to run the game and try to think he figured it out as far as like,
Oof.
people like women, they only want like free meals. Like you got to
Right.
me personally, like you got to eat anyway. So why not eat, and have company? Like unless he just the money is so tight that he can't afford to
Something
just
was going on, and I
yeah.
wasn't trying to find out about it.
Like me being out the game so long, like not planning out the date, like it's kind of crazy though. I thought like the dude's like, hey, where you wanna you don't ask, you be like, you present like, hey,
Right.
I got us scheduled 7 o'clock, we're going to Papa Do's or Perry's Steakhouse or something, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I didn't know guys was like, hey, what you want to do, what you like to do. I thought that was already established before you go out. But you being in the profession where you hear a lot of stories, I assume it's different.
Man, and but you hear, I hear good stories as well, like great men. Some of my clients that found love, got married, all of the things. But I really feel like a lot of women need to be put up on game when it comes to this dating world, because I'm tired of hearing about ain't no good men out there. I'm like, um, yes, there is.
Maybe they just don't like the good guys. They like the ones that's a little spicy.
You know, whew, the ones that be knocking them upside the head. Like
Yeah.
there's good men. You just got to put yourself in position to receive or be seen by that good man. I'm like, because one thing I ain't never had a problem with was getting a man. Okay.
Mhm.
Now that that ain't no flex, sort of say, but I ain't never had no issues with getting a man. Now I have a couple of failed marriages.
Mhm.
But one thing I ain't never had a problem with
Was
was
getting the
getting a
man.
man.
Yeah,
So
for
I'm
sure.
like, y'all must be doing something wrong.
uh, well, like, and I seen a buddy of mine. Him and another guy was. I don't know if it was a podcast or what, but they went live and they was talking about the Houston dating scene. And I
Mm-hmm.
know I'll hear people always say like the dating scene is bad. I think when I seen him talk about it as far as Houston, which is like the fourth largest city
Mm-hmm.
in America, that just lets me assume that it's America. It's not just
That part.
where you live. Like regardless, because people like I'm gonna get me a man from here or there. It's pretty much the same everywhere.
Yeah. And I believe whatever is internal, you're gonna attract. Because when I was a thug, I attract drug dealers.
Mm-hmm.
I attract I don't want to call them low level, but like not necessarily low level. Let me take that word back. Lord forgive me. But just
Low vibration.
I just found out about that word. I don't know nothing about this new stuff, but they was just like, you know, they were hood niggas. Oh, I don't want to say the N word on the man's
It's
show.
okay. It's okay. We
They was
we
hood
no, we
dudes.
rocking out.
So when I decided to, come out of that environment and change my life around,
Mm-hmm.
and when I started to be around different caliber of women who were high value women and like, doing the thing, and I started to change, I started attracting who I was. So like I never, I could still attract a drug dealer, but I can also attract a high value man. And I hate that word,
Yeah.
but that's just the lingo of today, and that's what people understand. But like a respectful, honorable man that that does well for himself, that is attractive,
Mm-hmm.
all of that type of stuff.
But how did you change your mindset? How did the
Ooh,
mindset? How did you finally just switch? Was it a process or
Jesus.
what made you
Wow.
say, you know what, this is not working? This is not what I envisioned. Like the D boys
Oh
and all
man, we
that.
got
So.
some time.
Shout
Okay,
out
let
to
me.
my girl Taisha Jones. She know because Taisha, she was back in the day. She was like the it girl, and
Man,
all the dope boys wanted her.
come on, dope boys.
Guys like me, the regular guys that was just going to school, we didn't have no shot because all the D boys was at. So, but how did you transition? You said it was Jesus.
Man, So I'm gonna make a long story short. My nanny, her name is Jonah Nico.
Mm-hmm.
She was evangelizing in the projects that we lived in. It was called Longs Apartments.
Mm.
And well, probably Guff Breeze by then, but anyway, everybody knew it for to be Longs Apartments, Deep East, PA. So she came and she was evangelizing out there, and so she invited us to church. You know, I was attracted to her. There was something about her that just had me on her hip. And
Mm.
so me and my siblings, we would go to church with them every Sunday. She taught me about Christ. You know, I started praise dancing, being the usher,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, just finding out about God really transformed me. But I still had a rough life, even knowing about Jesus Christ,
Mm-hmm.
even getting saved and baptized. I still had a journey. But when I got 19, I was in 18 to 19, I was in a super abusive relationship with this guy.
Mm.
And he used to put his hands on me. The first and the last. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But he used to put his hands on me. And so I finally conjured up the nerve to leave. And so when I left, I started cosmetology school. My mom never knew how to drive. She never owned a house. She never owned a car. She's been in poverty all of her life. A lot of, you know, the bulk of my family, especially at that time, you know, really didn't have a track record of being financially stable,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so I started to be when I started to be when I was started well I'm gonna say started to be around other people that did lived a different lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It attracted me.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, so I don't have to live this way. Like, and then I really wanted to get my mama out the hood. I didn't want her to have to live that life because I seen her get, you know, beat down by her boyfriends, and
Mm-hmm.
I seen her go through all of the struggles and all of the things. So you know, I with God and being in church, being in the choir and all of the things, and then going to cosmetology school, I started to make a little money.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got married to my first husband, you know, I moved to Beaumont, and he was 24 years older than I was.
Mm.
So he was way more mature. So I was around a different caliber of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm around the Bernsons, the, you know,
Mm.
not to name drop, but I'm just trying to explain the type of people that he would be around.
Yeah.
And so that made me mature a whole lot. And so being in God and him showing me the potential me, I started to fall in love with the woman of my dreams.
Yeah.
And I was just hustling until I got there. I ended up getting a divorce 5 years later. You know, after you know we got married, end up getting divorced. I ended up meeting my father around that time for the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met my father in person, when I came back home, I realized I was just like, I kind of married for a father figure and did not
Mm.
realize that.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just went downhill. Like it could have probably worked still,
Yeah.
but I'm young. I'm like 25, 26
Mm-hmm.
when I met my dad. And then here we are getting a divorce at 28. And so after 28, I'm like, okay, I'm on my own now. Like I didn't know how to pay a light bill. I didn't even know how to pay a water bill because he
Mm-hmm.
took care of me.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm a hustler
Yeah.
at heart. So I was like, we gonna get it. 28, 28 to 30 was the best year of my entire life so far.
Okay.
I started making money. I started making six figures. My mama was taking, I mean, I was taking care of my mama.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the lot and got me a BMW. Came from a a little Chevy Impala, a little hoopty. Went
Mm-hmm.
and got me a
The
freaking
Chevy M's.
BMW X5. I was just like,
Ooh,
oh
the
yeah, this is
X5. I love them X5s too.
man. It was black on black with peanut butter interior. That was my car.
You know what? Like how you said, you know, like the transition, you just have to change your surroundings and shout out to my homies, you know what I'm saying? I still rock with them and stuff. But when I changed my surrounding, when I started hanging around different people, it started like opening up my vision to certain things. Like
Right.
I was started to hang around people that was going to college and
Yeah.
becoming
Wow.
like doctors and engineers and stuff. And they would ask me, they was like, yo, bro, what you trying to do, man? And I'm like,
Mm.
And then we like, you want to do this forever? We was working at, like a lumber store, and I was like, nah. And it's like, bro, you ever thought about going back to school or something? And I was like,
Right.
yeah. And so I had a good friend of mine that I called my brother, and he pushed me
Wow.
into, going back. And I went back and ended up graduating, transitioning. It was a couple majors that I was going to, and I changed. But I eventually graduated, and that kind of changed my whole outlook of things
I'm
and stuff
telling
like.
you,
Because I
it'll
didn't
do
take
it.
I didn't take high school serious at all.
Wow.
I was
Me
skipping
either.
I was skipping every
Me
day,
too.
and man,
I'm not proud,
was,
but I did it.
I know that's what I
That's why I had to
said.
drop
I
out.
was like, if it wasn't for my mama, I don't know if I would have made it or whatever. But I did, and but I did take college serious because I was like, I had no choice, and but I'm thankful. But I changed my surroundings, and it changed my mindset, and my outlook of life, and then and then that's how it is.
That's
So,
another thing. I was the first in my family to own a business. On both sides. I was the first. Well, technically not the first to go to college,
mhm.
but the as far as within all of my cousins, because my aunt on my mom's side was the first to go to college and have a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
And then I had a cousin, she went to college, but that was for medical something. It was something.
Mm.
But I was the first of my cousins to actually have a bachelor's. I'm the first on both sides to have a master's. And so now I'm going back and getting another master's at Lamar for
Mhm.
business administration with a concentration in leadership because I'm trying to kind of transition out of the beauty industry.
Mm.
So I've decided to go back to school this fall. But I'm the first of my family to do a lot. Like
Yeah.
my immediate family, the first to own a home.
Mhm.
Like it's a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
And I did that on purpose though. Like, because I wanted to break that generational curse because
Yeah.
God told me I could.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, when in order to break the curse, you gotta actually do it.
No, and it's good, and it's good to see, like, like we need more people like with that mindset to break that curse. Because
Man.
growing up, like you say, how you the first. So and like we didn't see that when we was growing up. So let's
Mhm.
imagine if our uncles and aunts was doing all this, and we was inspired to like follow in their footsteps.
Mhm.
But it takes us now. We have to be the ones
Mhm.
that break the generational curse, and our nieces and our nephews have to look up and be like, well, uncle's doing this, maybe I could go this route, or auntie is
Yeah.
doing this, I can go this route. And so we're giving a lot of options for the next generation. So
Yeah.
as far as being that first, what I'm saying, hey, congratulations and stuff. So you can
Hey.
inspire stuff. But what inspired you to go into, as far as cosmetology?
Ooh. That has never been a desire for me.
Really? You just
Never.
had the talent.
Had the talent. Let me tell you, third grade, my mama forgot to do my hair one day. She left early for work,
Yeah.
forgot to do my hair. I went to school with my hair all over my head. I think like my second to the last period teacher ended up doing 2 French braids in my hair. Ever since that day, I said I would never go to school looking like that
What
again.
grade you was in?
Third grade. I went to school faking like I was Tina Turner because my hair was like straightened all over my head.
Really?
So I went to school faking to be Tina Turner, singing all of her songs throughout the whole day
My God.
to try to keep up this facade because y'all not about to bully me. And they bought it.
Yeah.
But that teacher was like, what is going on with your head? So she told me to sit down and she put them 2 French braids in. So I started to learn and catch on doing my siblings' hair, my Barbie dolls, my neighbor's hair.
Uh-huh.
And then by 6th grade, I started to make money from it. My first client was my friend Maya. And so when
Okay.
doing Maya hair and doing my hair, because my mama couldn't afford to send me to a beautician.
Mhm.
By the time I got in middle school, there was no more ponytails and barrettes because now I'm,
For sure.
getting up there. So
Yeah.
I had to figure it out. But still, in all of me doing hair, I wanted to be an attorney. So, and that was my mindset. I'm going to be the attorney. I'm going to be the baddest criminal law attorney in Texas.
Uh-huh.
That was my mind. But life started lifing. And I
Yeah.
knew it was going to take a long time to get to be an attorney. So I was like, well, let me get this license first. Since I'm already good at it, I was doing hair in my kitchen
Mhm.
when I started to, get, a name for myself in the hood that
Mhm.
would come to my house. we'll do our little, and then I'm chopping
Hey,
it
man,
and
you
I'm
was you
molding and
was
I'm
thugging.
doing. I was thugging. I
Yeah.
was even affiliated with Bloods. I'm telling you, I had a grill. I had it all.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
Yeah, okay, all
I
right.
was saying Sue Woo. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, for sure.
saying?
I got you.
So, so it was only 9 months of school. So I
Mm.
was like, bet, let's just do this first. This is going to get me through school. This is going to get me, out of my mama's house. Because as soon as I turned 18, I put in an application in housing for the housing authority to give me an apartment because I wanted to get the heck up out of my mama's house. I
Yes.
got tired of responsibility. 6 months later, they called me. I'm still sitting in the same apartment complex, but it's my own now.
Yeah.
So, I started doing hair, and hair really started to take off. I started to get good at it. I ended up going back to school to start my attorney career, but it was too much at one time with me trying to build up my clientele and go back to school. So I was like, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna pick it back up. Well, I end up trying to pick it back up in 2015. End up going through a divorce around those times. So, I put it back down and then I picked it back up in 2018.
Okay.
And so I'm, focusing on pre-law, trying to get my pre-law degree. Boom, graduated, honors, all of the things. And I'm sitting here studying for the LSAT.
Uh-huh.
I had all my ducks in a row, everything that I needed, my letters of recommendations from high, class people that they had a name. It's like, hey, we got you. We're gonna write this, all the things.
Yeah.
When I was studying for this LSAT, when I graduated from Lamar and I was studying for my LSAT, I said, this feels like, I feel like I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Like this is something I should not be doing. But I prayed about it and I prayed. And so the Lord really don't take that long to respond to me. But he took from I graduated in June to September. So I kept pushing my LSAT back. Because I was like, I need to wait till I hear from the Lord. And to take that LSAT, it was like $200 and something.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to waste it if I end up not having to do this. So I waited.
Yeah.
September, he told me clear as day. One of the few times I actually heard an audible voice. He told me, he said, I don't want you to go to law school. I want you to focus on ministry. I said, cool. It was just like my whole body just finally just calmed down. And it was like, yes, this is what you should be doing. So
Yeah.
I put the attorney stuff to the side, and I was already licensed and ordained a year before, as a minister and prophet. And so I just started focusing on ministry. And here we are today, still doing hair, still going strong in ministry. Technically, I'm on a sabbatical right now, but still doing ministry. And that's what we doing. Well, besides cheat day and all the other endeavors that I have going on, that is what's going on in my life right now.
Yeah, I seen you was at a conference. It was a women's conference. It was that just
I Am Woman
I Am
Conference.
Women's Conference and stuff. I seen Chastity Broussard and
That's my sissy.
and so what was that about?
The I Am Woman Conference is a yearly conference that my sisters put on every year, and it's a faith conference. But it also builds up women in every aspect of their lives and not just in faith. It's business, life, home, husband, kids, all of the things. And so they put this conference on, 2-day conference every year. And I was on the panel this year. And I was on it was called the Disrupting the Table. And this was a business panel. And I was so honored to be on stage with such powerhouse women. And I'm like, what am I doing up here? Because I know these women in a whole different another tax bracket. But y'all ask little old me to come on up here.
I seen Obama say in a video, when you get around around these individuals that you think really highly of, you get around them and you understand that they just regular people just like
they
you.
are.
Yeah.
And I got their phone number and they are so cool.
Yeah.
And and I've been knowing them before the panel, but it was just a principle, like the mindset. It put me in a different mindset when I was sitting amongst these beautiful, powerful women that's making millions. Like, I'm sitting here like, okay, God, clearly you have me here for something,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I have value. So I'm not trying to dismiss what I carry, but it put me in a whole different other mindset being up there with them. Like, I got the wisdom, I got the knowledge, I know what it takes to build a business. And although I'm not at the place that they're at, it doesn't mean that my time is not coming. So it's never on that type of jealousy type stuff. If I'm around women that succeeds me in any kind of level, I never get jealous. I channel into everything that they got, and I'm trying to get as much gems as I can.
Yeah,
Like,
I not to cut you off, but I feel the same way. I feel like somebody's success shouldn't make you bitter.
right,
Like, you should understand. You should maybe kind of do some research and see how they got there. Maybe you kind of
facts,
apply certain things. You know what I'm saying, to your life or to what you're doing
big
to get
facts
to that level. But I always feel like, somebody's success, you shouldn't be bitter of that.
at all. But a lot of I don't know about men, but a lot of women get very jealous,
Mm.
and so I personally deal with that a lot. And so when I find women that's not jealous of me, it's almost like I want to take them in and like never let them go, because I'm trying to understand, like, either
Yeah.
they intimidated or they jealous, and I'm like, you don't have no reason to be. I am the most coolest girl you can ever meet, and I give so much grace till it's unreal. But so being with them, I was just like, man, this is amazing. This is just giving me a foreshadow of what is to come. And I pull from every last one of them.
Mhm.
I pull from Bridget, I pull from Natasha, I pull from Tisha. Who else was up there? I can't even think of right now. My brain is just, I pull from Denise. You know, Denise is an engineer. Bridget is a real estate investor. Tisha is one of the head people over Calderwoods. Who Natasha owns G&G, a multi-million-dollar company. It's like, whatever y'all got, I need. So hey, let me grab some of that,
Yeah.
because what we not gonna do is be jealous over here.
How important is it to support other women in
Ooh,
business? I mean,
we are stronger together. Women in general need to understand on how much powerful we can be together than separate. But I think that a lot of women have a problem with being long suffering and patient with each other,
mhm.
because we want people to be a certain kind of way. We want women or people in general to be easy to get along with, not complicated, just easy, accessible, and all of the things. But sometimes you're going to come across a personality that is not just, all kindred spirits and peaceful. You might find a loud girl, or the hood chick, or somebody that, has an anger issue. When I look at other women that is different from me, or maybe hard to get along with, my mindset goes to get into the root cause of why they're like that.
Mhm.
And then, and once I find out the root cause, I'm gonna pull that mess up out of you so you can be the best version that you can be. But not everybody want to be Captain Saver girl.
Yeah.
Everybody just want, everything handed to them on a platter. And then if you can't be who I want you to be, then I'm chunking up the deuce. I'm not that type of girl. I was never that type of girl that was easy to get along with, or once you see me, you can automatically judge me and be like, no, I don't want to kick it. Well, she got a grill and
Mhm.
she look hood. She got red hair, and she talk hood. She ghetto. She from the hood. But it took somebody to see the diamond in the rough in me that created the woman that I am today. So how dare I not give that same type of energy and that same type of output into another woman to help her elevate? It doesn't matter who she is.
Mhm.
Like, she could be, well respected and great, but she might have issues in other places that people don't like, and like, oh, don't fool with this person, and oh, don't fool with that person. Like, no, I don't believe in that. I want to find out for myself. Let me see her, let me be around her,
Mhm.
and if she do have some issues, you know I be want to be everybody's doctor and trying to fix everybody. But
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I think that we just have a lack of patience and long suffering, and we need that in order to survive. We just want to link up with the ones that, but we'll tolerate the ones that got something to give though.
Yeah.
The ones that got the status, the money, and the height, it don't matter how ignorant they are, they will put up with that until they get what they need.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
That's crazy.
How has your relationship with God, how has it shaped your business?
I don't make moves without him.
Yeah.
That's how I've been 16 years in the hair game. And when I tell you I don't have to promote, I don't do nothing without him. I mean, it may sound cliche, but even when we got this salon, it was God ordained. Like somebody called us. It's like, hey, after looking for almost a year for a salon, and everything was just too expensive, and we was just like, you know what? Let's just take a break, because clearly we trying to do this in our own strength. And so somebody called us like, hey, the owner is getting ready to transition to a different field. She don't want to do this no more. And she still in her lease. I thought about y'all, but somebody else is looking at this place too. Can y'all come over and come check it out? We went and checked it out. Perfect location, perfect size, perfect rent. Rent was excellent. Then, mind you, we didn't have no money saved. We were just literally stepping out on faith.
Yeah.
So we told her, like, we ain't got no chairs, we ain't got nothing. She said, I'm gonna sell everything, almost everything in the salon, and y'all could just give me $300 a month until you pay it off.
Yeah.
We said that. All we needed was first month's rent and the deposit. Well, we had a really good week that week. This was around Halloween. So we had a really good week that week. So we was able to just chunk that change and go ahead and pay and got that salon. So I don't make any moves, even when it comes to my new adventures. If they fail, it's literally because of me, not because I didn't hear God correctly. Because sometimes, I could be overwhelmed, or sometimes I could just simply be lazy. And so, but I don't make no moves without him, because when he gives me the okay to do something, I know it's going to work out. Period.
Well, how do you go from like beauty to like desserts with like cheat day?
This is a good story. So one day I was complaining, I was whining to God, like, Daddy, like, I am ready to do something different. I'm tired of doing hair. And like, I need something that's going to create generational wealth. He said, I've been giving you all kind of ideas and you keep turning them down. You either say this is too much, or you don't want to do it. This is not your field. All of the excuses. So I told him back, I said, the next idea that you give me, whatever it is, I'm going to just step out on faith. I want to say maybe a month or two later, he gave me the dessert business idea. And I said, now, I don't know how to bake, right? Everything that I've ever tried to bake in the past was always an epic fail. I made a cake, it collapsed. I made some cookies, overcooked it. I didn't know you were supposed to take the cookies out half done, and then they cook the rest on top of the, out of the oven. I didn't know that. So he gave me, and so I remember he brought it back to me. Remember what you said? I said, okay, I'm going to do it. So the business side of it, I know how to do that. I know how to start my LLC. I know how to do the business side of it. But okay, now what about the dessert side of it? He gave me a concept that I had saw in Austin that I fell in love with. One of my favorite spots to go to. And he gave me the concept, and I put a twist to it. Still in all, I still don't know how to bake. And I'm like, so you're going to have to help me with this. I was in Sam's. He told me to call one of my classmates. He was like, call Kyrie. I'm thinking I'm calling Kyrie just for some tips. Kyrie owns a bakery called Baby Cakes in Groves. And so, no, Port Neches. And so I called Kyrie. I'm thinking I'm just getting some tips. By the time I got off the phone with Kyrie, she's like, Gina, she's like, I'm going to give you the whole game. Like, I'm going to teach you how to bake. You can use my facility anytime you need to at no charge. I mean, gave me the whole layout. And I stopped in my tracks at Sam's and started crying, because I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, Lord, I had to repent. Like, I'm getting emotional now, because how dare I sit here and doubt you because of my own insecurities? You telling me like, no, I got you. Like, sit back. I'm giving you a business. I'm literally practically giving it to you in your hands. Just go out there and just step out on faith. And I'm sitting here, but like, Lord, I don't know how to bake. And then he given me somebody that taught me everything that I know. So she gave me everything that I needed to start.
How'd you come up with the name though? I think that's a dope name.
Man,
I seen
between Holy Spirit and Chat GPT.
Hey, Chat GPT be working out, man.
Facts.
For real though. Like,
I wanted something. First it was like sweet satisfaction. I
okay.
sent it to one of my close friends, Danielle. She was like, "It's cute," and I was like,
yeah, that ain't it.
And then I'm like, okay, Holy Spirit, you don't have to lead me. So I was, typing and, telling to do this, did that, and the other.
Mhm.
Cheat day came. The Lord said yes. And I said, this is perfect. So I went and looked it up, make sure
It's a
nobody
great
had the
concept.
name. And I was like, this is perfect. He gave me the colors.
The color is dope.
That's all him. I can't even take credit. I wish I
The
could,
colors
because
and
I'm
everything
lost.
is dope.
He gave it all to me. And so I started working on the recipes. Boom, we had some kind of storm that came, and I was having a private tasting. Didn't get to do the private tasting. So I did a private tasting maybe a week or two later at my house with some of my friends. All of my friends was just like, girl, I'm getting emotional because this is a hit. Like, no, and my friends, one thing about my friends, baby, they gonna tell the truth. So it was only one thing that was on my menu that needed to be tweaked, but everything else they said was amazing. So boom, I do my first pop up. First pop up, I think I made like a little over $1,000. I was like, bet.
Yeah.
This is only for a couple of hours, and I made $1,000.
Yeah.
Boom, did another pop up. Random people just coming out the street, just like, and came back for seconds. So I started increasing the menu on different things that I like, because I'm a sugar head and I love sweets. So I started adding like funnel cakes, and I doing the loaded funnel cakes and different other things that big back people would think about.
Big back
and
people.
So then I did the Juneteenth celebration.
I seen that.
Man, when I say that line was nonstop, wrapped around the building for 5 hours straight.
That was in Port Arthur?
No, in Beaumont. It was at the Civic Center.
Oh, okay.
Man, when I tell you that them people came back for seconds and thirds and was just like, this is so good. I couldn't even bask in it because I was on the funnel cake station. And so shout out to my friends, Key and Christina, because boy, they held me down.
Yeah.
But so I couldn't even focus. I was on the funnel cake station, so my back is turned. So I'm doing the funnel cakes. Maybe halfway through, they started to get backed up. So I end up having to call out the orders, the names of the people to come pick up their funnel cake. I turned around and I looked up and I looked to the side, and my head just kept turning because that's how long the line was. I said, oh my God.
I mean, you got cheesecake, you got all kind of stuff.
Cheesecake, man, them cheesecake bowls be busted. I should have brought you one. That is so trifling.
Man, you should have brought me.
But I got you.
It's
though.
all good.
I promise
it's all
you.
good.
I got you. I am going to send it to you Monday on the dot.
You I seen on the weekends y'all were doing they can get cheat day.
Yes. So not right. It was not right now because my life is hectic right now. And so I'm doing a lot of transitioning, but we are getting back to doing it on weekends, and we are eventually be on DoorDash. We already started the account and everything. Just got to put the menu up and get it established. And I'm gonna use a space in my salon because nobody really work on Saturdays at the salon. So I'm gonna turn it to the salon into a ghost kitchen on the weekends. And so we will be on the weekends. So I'm trying to hustle and get that money because I don't want to do no loans or anything like that. Shout out to Cody, because Cody was like, nah, I think you need to just start from the bottom, make that bread, and then pay for it out of your own pocket. Don't use nobody else's money right now. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to hustle until we get our storefront. And so however that looks like in 2027, I'm claiming 2027. It's already mine in 2027. It's already been prophesied that I'm going to get a storefront. So cheat day will be, a storefront soon. But right now we still a little low key. I'm still trying to figure out life and put it back all together.
That's dope though, for sure. Yeah, because I was looking at the thing and I seen you was saying how like Juneteenth, and how it was a line wrapped around.
Put
And,
me on the map.
and I was like, oh snap, she did. And then I was looking at, I was like, man, the name, the logo, the colors, the pink, all that. I was like, man, that's. I was thinking, I was like, that took some creativity. He was like, Chat GPT.
Yeah. So the Holy Spirit gave me a vision of the colors. And so I'm sitting here telling Chat, hey, now I talk to Chat like the way I talk to any. Hey, the Lord just gave me this vision. Put this together for me.
Yeah.
When it came out with it, I was like, Chat GPT is a prophet. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm telling you.
Yep. Now with fashion. I see you be posting the fashion. You fly right now. Hey. You know, I think I seen you was you at the vision board thing?
Yes, I was with the realtor, Key girl.
Yeah,
yes.
CC. I knew I recognized you because you was flyed in.
Yeah, I had just came from an event too.
For sure. I did see you in there because I was fashion. Like, yeah, because I was like, I don't know who she is, but she in here fly. That's what I said to myself. I said, I seen you real fast. I say, I don't know who that is, but she fly. And then I went on and did some other stuff and stuff. So, but as far as fashion, you always had that when you was growing up.
I used to be sofa and so hood. So no.
Yeah. No, you was just straight all red with the gold grill.
You know, I did what I could, what I had. Now I wasn't like just. I wouldn't necessarily say I was sofa, but I was what I was and what I was in. Let's just say that. I don't even know if that makes sense, but once I started to become a woman and I started to make money and started to go into different stores, and I'm like, ooh. And then I love, you know, when it comes to social media, being inspired by different singers and stars and how they dress. And I just started just to put things together. And my best friend, Lasan, she always like was a fashionista. And so being friends with her really elevated my wardrobe to a whole nother level. And so, but I made it my own because Lasan is real classy and put together. I like to be a little edgy yet classy. So
that's your style, edgy yet classy.
Edgy but classy. And so I put my own little spin on it, and we here.
You ever feel like the pressure to try to keep up with the trends online?
I don't care about what people do.
You set your own thing
and do
inspire other people.
That part. Now I do get inspired. I get inspired by trends. I get inspired by fabrics. But one of the things I always maintain to keep it real with is that I do not like looking cheap. So I pay attention to fabrics. I'm not a big fan of polyester because I don't like to look like my clothes came from Shein. I mean, no shade.
Yeah, because people be, Shein, people be tearing Shein down.
Right. I guess I have some pieces from Shein, but you have to be particular when it comes to purchasing. But I just don't like looking cheap. So I like the elevated look, but still like on a budget. Like my favorite stores is Zara and H&M and Old Navy. I still go to Charlotte Russe. I still, when Forever 21, I stayed in Forever 21. Fashion Nova, boo, who?
Yeah.
Fashion Nova hate to see me coming. But I think it's all about mixing and matching things. Like these pants that I have on even now, these army looking pants, these MC Hammer pants. I've worn these about 4 or 5 times. And so, but I switch up the tops and put different colors with it. Different patterns go with different patterns. So doing that and mix matching and different things like that elevates the look to a whole nother level. You just got to think outside the box.
Yeah, like some people, like they might want to develop their own style, but I think they're just scared of the outside. What people might say, like, man, look what that person got on, especially out here in this area, because I think they close-minded a little bit.
Very.
It's like the judging of, oh, did you see such and such what they were? And then you go to other cities and big cities where fashion is kind of,
have
and
no rules.
Yeah, it's like, it's creative out there. But I think there's a lot of people out here in this area would love to kind of have their own style, but I think they're just scared.
Yeah. Then they have the bold people that need to be scared. I think a lot of women, I got got ate down about this, but I say what I say and I say what I mean, and it's my opinion. But I was just like, I really don't think that if you don't have a flat stomach, I don't think that you should wear a crop top.
I seen
Right?
you make that post.
And so I had a couple of hit backs on it, but it's cool because I knew it was controversial. I knew that people who didn't have a flat stomach was going to say something, who didn't have a flat stomach and still wore it would say something, and my comment would be like, you grown, you do you. This, I said, this is my opinion. But I really do think that women, regardless of what your body type is, whether you big, small, skinny, I don't care, fine, little, I don't care, there is a way that you can dress and can still insinuate your body, that can still make you look good, still make you attractive, but not talked about. Right? Because we all say, I don't care what people say, but we be caring.
We low key. I mean,
low key be caring.
Some people, people handle it better than others.
Yeah. And so with what's the Lizzo, when when Lizzo coming out and she does all of the things, it really put a wave of confidence into people that look like her. It's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna wear it.
Yeah.
But it's not attractive to most. But then again, this is just my opinion. Like, I don't have to look at you. I don't have to sleep with you. We ain't in the same house. Like, but I bet none of my friends better not be going out there looking like that, because you gonna get told, and we gonna tell each other like, pipe that down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you doing the most. That does not look good on you. But that's just us. But I think that for people that's like heavy chested, but like real slim at the bottom, don't wear skinny jeans and a tight shirt.
Yeah.
That is not going to make you look good.
Yeah.
Instead, if your upper parts of your body, especially when it comes to a woman and her chest, if this is what you have, okay, let's work with that. Let's do a pump-along shirt to where it stops right under your at the top of your waist and it flares out. If you have sexy legs but you little at the top, then let's do kind of a like a artistic shirt, and then you could do a cute little skirt. But one of the things that I learned is that you can't do both. Don't have your booty and your breast out.
You ever thought about being a stylist?
Huh?
You ever thought about like being a stylist or
not full time, but for my people, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not full time.
Because you're giving out some game right now, as far
as
like
because there's some big girls that is fly. Like the thick ones is, one of my close friends, Joy knows how to dress her tail off, and Joy is beautiful as I don't know what. Joy is fine, but Joy is on the larger side. But sis been losing weight, so let's clock that for a second. Shout out to Joy. But Joy knows how to dress her body tight.
Yes,
and she looks amazing when she goes out. We went to a concert, Babyface concert, and sis put that 2-piece on and was fly as I don't know what. So it's not that you have to be self-conscious about how big you are or how little you are. You need to know what works for you so you can look your absolute best, period.
Is it kind of hard juggling so many hats? You got fashion, you got cheap bag, you got the hairstylist, you going to college, you doing this, like how do you make time for that? I'm thankful you made time for this.
I have to be strategic with my time, and sometimes I'm crying in the car. I'm like, oh, I'm overwhelmed.
Are you a Cancer?
Don't get me started. I hate zodiac signs.
You do?
Hate it.
Because look, man, I was just,
I'm not a Cancer though.
I'm a Cancer.
But to answer your question, I'm not a Cancer.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say, because Cancers, man, we be shedding some tears. I know I do, and I be so happy. I'll just be thankful for the day, and I start getting a little teary-eyed and stuff. I could just cry on anything. Like, I could cry after this show. Like, thank you, God, for having this excellent show. Thank you. I was like, I appreciate you. This conversation was just what I wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I could tear up on anything. But like just juggling so many hats.
I have to be strategic with my time, especially now. And if it's not on my top list, I have to, if it's not important or something that God told me to do, Now I be like, I just can't do it. I
What
can't do
you
it.
got another hat you trying to add?
I am. I am trying to with the school situation. So we
Mm-hmm.
be going back to get another master's in business administration and leadership. You know, that's going to be a different hat for me to wear once I graduate. And so I'm really trying to get out of the hair industry and kind of get on the business corporate side of life. Like, you know, I want the office. I want the skyrise office.
Mm.
I want, you know, to go to
Talk
work
to
in my
him.
red bottoms
Yes.
every day in my suit. Like,
See,
I am tired of doing hair.
you know what? See, people like I love when you say that because you already got the vision
Mm-hmm.
and you're not scared of that vision. I feel the same way. You know,
Yeah.
like you can't be scared to want something. You know, like you
Cannot.
said how you want the high rise and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think people need to tell themselves that so they can work towards it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can't be scared of your visions and your dreams, and you can't be scared to say it out loud and stuff.
Cannot.
So, you know, I make a lot of posts out there as far as like with podcasting and as far as traveling and as far as having like a big studio and having doing that.
Yeah.
And I can't be scared to say that out loud, you know?
Cannot.
So, you know, that's why I like, you know what I'm saying? I like people to broadcast their vision and their dreams and don't let people belittle because you got people out there you could dream so big and people will try to belittle it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
People will try to keep you like,
Keep
no
you
offense,
small.
yeah, they'll try to keep you local
Mm-hmm.
so they can actually still kind of reach at you and grab you. Because if you get so big out there, then they know like, well, I ain't gonna be able to kind of tug his coat or her coat or whatever because they gonna be so big or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? That's how it be. Kanika, shout out to Kanika. She say hand on Gina.
Koneka.
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 Koneka, my bad, Koneka. Koneka Hill. Hand on Gina Taylor. I don't do zodiac signs as well. Okay, Koneka.
Me and Koneka, we call her Coco. Me and Coco, we had a long conversation about zodiac signs one
Oh,
day.
for
So
real?
that's why that's an insider. That was an insider. Yeah.
Koneka, my bad. My bad, bad.
No, you
Coco.
good though.
Okay, all right. That's what's up, man. Don't care. I'm bad with names, I swear. But I'm trying to get better with that. But what and I feel the same way too because the industry I am, I
Mhm.
mean, I really want to get out of it though. And I really do want to go back to school, but what I want to go to school for, people's like, oh, you don't need to go to school for that. Like it's like for communications and stuff
That's
and
what my degree is in, mass communication, my bachelor's.
oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? I be seeing like I be looking at jobs at Spotify, iHeartRadio. That's just
Mhm.
me, you know, being in podcasting.
Oh, and you need a degree, huh?
But they be saying it be like, you know, but it be saying like a degree. But most of the people that I hear on the radio, I'm like, I know this dude don't have a degree. I think it's because of their social media or
Building a
whatever.
brand and the name.
Yeah,
And
the
they just
brand of the
want 'em.
name, and they
Mhm.
got them, and they didn't have to go through that. And I'm thinking like, I always, and I'm not mad at that. But I know in life, I always have to take the long route to get there. I will
Mhm.
get there, and I will
Mhm.
enjoy the journey once I get to the goal or whatever. But I'm
Mhm.
like, well, maybe that's what I need to do, and just you know, what I'm saying to, you know. But I don't know. It's still up in the air.
I
So
think you should do what you feel in your heart that is necessary. And then going to back to school, it's not going to make or break you. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
for
Like
real.
getting the extra knowledge and making sure you have your ducks in a row to be, you know, looked at by these potential companies that you want to, you know, work for or be with.
Mhm.
Like it's not going to kill you to, you know,
No, it's not.
either one or the other is gonna come first. Either they gonna call you before you finish your degree, or they gonna call you after your degree. But either way, they gonna call you.
No, for
Look, on
real.
Martin, he said they called
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. You know what? Seeing Martin's show too, that was inspiring when I was little when Martin had his own show
Uh-huh.
on the radio. So I used to like Martin when he had his show on there. And Dwayne Wayne. Dwayne Wayne,
Yes.
I
All
used
of
to wear
them.
the flip glasses when I first started podcasting. I had the
Shut
flip.
up.
They was prescribed too. And I got them somewhere around here or whatever. But there's a lot of things that inspire me as far as to creating what you see right now and stuff. So, what's one thing before we get out here? What's one thing people is surprised to learn about you? You think?
Ooh. You know, I think I would say a couple of things. A lot of people think that I am so bougie and stuck up
For real?
just based off of my
Because
appearance.
you so fly and all that, so they just thinking
And
that
then
you.
when they get to talk to me, I always say this, you are so cool. You are so down to earth. And I be looking at them like, girl, you have no idea. I'm a hot mess and a
That-
hole. I'm sitting here trying to keep it together like
it's
you.
it's crazy how when they think that and they don't know like your story and your background. Be like, man, I've been in places you will never think, you know what I'm saying, or the mindset you wouldn't even think. Like the story you said, I wouldn't even think that of you or
Yeah.
whatever and stuff like
Oh
that. So,
man.
you know,
Ooh.
and you know, I got coworkers, and when I work around them and stuff, and in my head sometimes I just think like, man, 15 years ago, bro. It's like y'all don't like they be like
Facts.
they'll say some things. They be like when me like gardening and golfing, they be like, oh man, you gardening, and I'm thinking y'all just don't know, man. In
I
my
love to
in
golf,
my
but I'm
teens
suck.
and my teens and 20s, oh my god,
Man,
bro.
who you telling?
I was loving the hood. I was like, I was proud to be from the hood. You know, the name is still North End Floyd, but it's for a particular reason. It's for to let people outside know that we have incredible people in the North End that are doing incredible things, and we could talk to whoever in any position. So it's just I'm represented in a positive way. But back in the days, it was like, you know, it was what it was, and people, and it's just crazy how people don't know the backstory or the background, even with church and stuff. So
Yeah.
but that's but you know, that's just how it is. But people thinking you bougie, I
Bougie.
can see it because I mean you fly, so they think that you probably
Yeah.
unapproachable. It probably scared me in too.
Oh man. But once I get to talking, it's like, oh, I can relax. Once I and I'm really good at conversation. So they might even be intimidated, but once I get to talking, it just relaxes them. And I'm
Mm.
like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, you already know the process as far as you know, like they'll age, but once I talk to them, it'll be all right.
I'm pretty cool chick. Like, and a lot of people, they look at me as the woman of God and all of the things and be like, but figure out I love to dance. I love music.
Okay.
I love to sing.
Mm.
I will go to a Babyface concert. If Drew here was here right now, I would shoot out this door and tell me
Oh, you
what
know how to?
you
Yeah, I was gonna say I know you know how to do this little stump.
I know how to do all day dances. You hear me?
Yeah,
The
for sure,
concert dances and all the videos. I know all the dances.
for sure.
And so I'm really laid back. I'm not super religious at all because God is not religious.
Mm.
And
Okay.
the only time that I change up something is if I'm convicted by it or if I read my word and the word says don't do this. Still in all, I'm not perfect at all and I still make mistakes daily. However, like I'm just as cool as a feather and I love to do a lot of things that a lot of people would be shocked about.
Mm. That's what's up. You
Yeah.
say you golf. You say, oh, you went out
I
there and
like
tried
to
it.
golf. I suck and I
Uh,
never did an 18 hole because after 9 I
it's
almost passed
long.
out.
It's long, man. People don't understand. You out there.
Yeah.
18 holes is about 4 hours, and
Yeah.
and 9 is about 2. And if it's hot out there, it's tough, you
Yeah.
know. And like I said, I ain't good either. I need to go back out there and practice. But
Look Keithan on here. He say, "Hey y'all.
yeah.
Keithan, where my ribs at, bruh?" See, me and Keithan got a love-hate relationship, but more so on the love side. And me and Keithan gonna fight because he been promising me some ribs for about 2 months now,
Two
and I still
months.
did not get my. See, they trying to make me go back to the baby D
Mhm.
stages. You know, on Friday too, baby D.
Yeah,
I think they want to see baby D because I'm about to fight him over these ribs.
yeah, for sure. Now as far as no, as far as what's next for you that you're excited about?
Who, coming off a sabbatical,
Mm-hmm.
October, getting back into ministry. I got a couple of speaking engagements lined up. I am so excited about that. Um, this new journey at school. I am moving. I'm moving and I'm moving. I'm relocating to Houston.
Okay.
I am super nervous and excited. I never lived in the big city before. But I'm still going to be working in Beaumont, of course, because my clients will kill me and flatten all my tires if I told them that I wasn't going to do their hair no more.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I'm relocating. Cheat day, it will preferably to God that at least by October, Cheat Day will be on DoorDash. If y'all can't, go and follow Cheat Day Dessert Co. On Facebook, and stay updated with all of the updates we're getting ready to make, and the changes and the pop-ups, all of the things. I'm really waiting for this weather to kind of get a little bit better.
You had a couple
Because
months
we
for
have
that.
yeah, because it's too hot outside to
It
be
is
outside.
hot. Yeah.
So, September-ish, October, we will be doing another pop-up. And I got a surprise, but I don't think I should spill it yet. So y'all just gonna have to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to find out. But this next move is gonna be so dope. But
Make your next move your best move is what they always say.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Great stuff, Dr. Levy Barnes.
Oh, that's my big brother.
Oh, for real? Okay.
My big brother and my sissy Sherry. I love y'all. Yeah. Sherry, go ahead and head to Fiery Crab, sissy. I'm almost done.
Oh, that's what that's
meeting up after this.
That's the spot, Fiery Crab.
That's gonna be our spot in a minute.
I might hit that way. I'm supposed to watch the Spider-Man movie. I gotta see if they got some availability. But you know what? I appreciate you you coming on the show, and I appreciate like when people come on, they be like, I'm a little nervous or whatever. You was not nervous at all. You was. I was like, oop, let me back up. All right, I'm dealing with a vet. You know what I'm saying? Because people come on here, I got to give them 2 bottles of water. I got to do all kind of stuff. But I didn't have to. Yeah, I didn't have to do none of that with you.
Amen.
Like I said, I appreciate you for coming on. And if anybody missed any portion of the show, it is on YouTube. It will be available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever they have podcasts where you can listen to. Shout out to all my listeners too. We like 20K streams this year as far as listeners, but shout out to everybody. Yeah, come man. I be trying to tell people the audio aspect as far as podcasting. A lot of people like to listen, you know what I'm saying, to it. So if you're trying to get into podcasting, anybody out there, pay attention to the people that just want to listen and work out or just driving, because a lot of people can't watch it and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna hold you up. I appreciate you for coming on. Cheat Day.
Thank you.
How can we find Cheat Day?
Cheat Day is on Facebook. Cheat Day Dessert Co. on Facebook, and then all of my other social media platforms is I am Gina Taylor, or you can just look me up as Gina Taylor, and my beautiful face will pop up. Boom, boom,
bam.
Boom.
All right. Sherry say they already done.
Oh, sissy. Okay, I'm coming. We gotta go.
Yeah, we finna. I think it's gonna take about 15 minutes from where we at right now to get there. Trust me, I already know. But we out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for commenting, for sharing, for liking, for tuning in to check out Miss Gina Taylor. And we gonna be back next week. We got Mr. Raymond Lewis, Miss Stacy Lewis. They go come on, they go chop it up with us. Also, we have the Southeast Texas Visionary Awards next Saturday. If y'all want to attend that,
next Saturday.
Yes, next Saturday. I think it starts at 6 or whatever. Get you some tickets. It's online or whatever. That's gonna be real dope too. Until then, man, y'all be blessed out there. Y'all be safe out there, and do not let the opinions of others affect what you got going on. And keep chasing your goals. We out of here. We gone, man. We got to get on our way. So see y'all.